Greetings all. Welcome to Aquarian Diary. I'm your host, John Irving. It is June 3rd, 2023. Today, I want to share something with you that I think is potentially extremely significant. This may be one of the most important episodes I have yet published. A few days ago, on May 29th exactly, during my spiritual practice, what came up for me was quite striking and dramatic. The following is what I wrote in my journal after I completed my practice. Quote, "After spiritual practice, I had the impression that I only now need to speak to those who are on side, that the time when the door is closing is upon us, the ascension door, that is." End quote. Now that has incredibly profound implications. It suggests that the die has been cast. Now, to put a little bit more perspective on that, I have talked about this notion of a timeline split on my channel before. I'll put links in the episode description, of course, as usual. And I have also talked about how polarization is actually increasing. And I have speculated that there is no way that certain types of people with certain types of energies or attitudes can possibly make the shift into higher states of consciousness. Those energies are simply incompatible, like belligerent narcissism, for example. So it seems like there are two broad swaths of humanity that are heading in different directions. There's no way that someone who is misogynistic, bigoted, racist, and so forth can move into higher dimensions of consciousness. The theory goes, in short, that one must not be in a fear-based negative paradigm, and one must have cleared their karma in order to make this shift into the higher dimensions. And that this shift began to occur in the early to mid-2020s, which is where we are now. Another part of the theory goes that the two timelines would diverge, and that for a period of time we could go back and forth between the two timelines, but as they increasingly diverged or separated, there would come a time when it would be impossible to go back and forth anymore, that we would be locked into one or other of the timelines, that there was a point of no return. And that is what I believe is now occurring, that the two timelines are becoming so different that they are completely incompatible. So this download that I got, that the die has been cast, suggests that people have made their choices, and that, for the most part, the door is now starting to close, that people have made their bed and made their decisions, and it will play out accordingly. It's not like these people are lost forever. They have just chosen a different path until the next opportunity to advance to the next level occurs, which could take many incarnations. Nonetheless, like I said, the way I perceive it is that there is a large segment of society that is stuck in a very negative and dense paradigm and unwilling to change. But the rest of us are finding that paradigm increasingly distasteful and insufferable. We do not want to live in or experience that reality. Like, for example, last night I shared a story about what happened in Uganda recently, which to me is incredibly barbaric and horrific, and the fact that that was largely influenced by evangelical fundamentalists is unconscionable. As far as I'm concerned, promoting those kinds of beliefs that can lead to the deaths of innocent people, well, these are hate crimes. And these people should be prosecuted for that. In my world, it would not be allowed. These are extremely vulnerable people who do not deserve this kind of treatment. That's just one example. Anyway, my revelation or the download that I got that was very clear is that the door is closing, people have made their bed, that the work that I'm doing here now on this channel should be more dedicated to the people who are going to be on the higher timeline, and I'm getting strong chills as I say this right now, because I love and I care for those people, the people that I reach, that I communicate with, that I can help, and so on. And that we need to let go of the burden of trying to carry forward people who are obstinate and reactionary or unwilling to shift or change. We need to start letting them go and not worrying about them and not focusing on them as much as we have been. They have decided to take a different path. As you can imagine, that has very big implications for me, and it possibly has very big implications for you too. That's what I wanted to share. It came through for me very clearly and very strongly. I'm not saying the door has fully closed. What I'm saying is that the door is closing, and it's closing fast. This occurred just when Jupiter was about to conjunct the North Node in Taurus, which took place June 1st. So the experience I am describing happened 3 days before that. And I have learned to trust what comes through to me very clearly and powerfully during my spiritual practice. I'm going out on a bit of a limb here. I don't really listen to other readers very much these days because I don't want to be influenced by what they're saying. So I have no idea if anyone else has said something similar or not, but I'm putting myself out there on the record with what I have said. So I would urge you who are like me and who are aligned with my worldview to consider the implications of what I'm saying. They may be profound for you. That's it. Also, the phrase, "the past is not prologue," has been in my mind a lot lately. I think these changes are so big that we cannot take the past and project it onto the future. The future could look very different from anything we have expected or imagined. Very interestingly, as I was editing this episode, someone I've known for a long time messaged me and said they had a dream in which I gave them a mantra, and the mantra was, "You have everything you need. You have done everything you were supposed to." I think that's very fitting for this episode. As usual, I will put links in the episode description if you're interested in a reading with me. Thank you very much to those who are monthly members of my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. It's very helpful and greatly appreciated. Take care, all the best, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye for now.